Hi. Today I want to reflect basically the day today. It's Friday, it's one day before the final presentations tomorrow. And yeah, it was a quite exciting day, and I just want to tell you a little bit what we did today, and then tell you what my impression is about all that. So the most important thing we did today is we talked about the structure of our final presentation and the content, of course, of our final presentation. And the process was more or less, we first did our presentations of two. I always call them presentations of two. I mean the small, short presentations we did in the groups of two about several topics concerning YouTube, which functioned more or less as input and research for the final presentation we have tomorrow. So that was actually a very good idea, because we had a lot of interesting presentations today and could get lots of useful content for the presentation tomorrow. And as I already told you in my second video, was the third? Yeah, the discussion video with Marie-Louise. We talked about YouTube stars, first in a more general context, and then more or less transferred to our topic for the S. Fischer Verlage. So we thought about how can we use what we researched about YouTube stars for the S. Fischer project. And yeah, for us it was actually not so easy to transfer it to the topic, but what we suggested, or what we also will suggest tomorrow in the presentation, is that S. Fischer could look for so-called tastemakers. These are people that have a high influence and are very popular on YouTube. And they could be very useful, whether having them in the fan base or as a subscriber of the S. Fischer channel, or just use them to promote videos on their channel concerning S. Fischer, for example. So they basically function as well as YouTube stars, but in this sense S. Fischer wouldn't be the star, but the people they use. So they could make profit of those kind of stars or tastemakers. That's our suggestion. And yeah, the others talked about, for example, brands in the context of YouTube, or about promotion possibilities, which is of course very helpful for us, because to be honest, sure, S. Fischer wants to improve the channel because it looks nicer and it attracts more people and it's more action and it puts them in a better light. But of course in the long run they want to get more customers and of course more money, which is clear. And so we need ideas that deal with promotion issues and stuff like that. So that's quite cool. We heard that in the other presentations today, and have a huge range of different contents now and can put them together, what we already did today. And yeah, all of us mentioned one creative approach or one idea that we could suggest to Fischer tomorrow in the presentation. And then we decided for 3 in the end. But the cool thing is that all the 3 ideas we have now at the end contain also the other ideas that were suggested by the other people. So yeah, we all put it somehow a little piece of ourselves or of our ideas into the project, and it's all somehow reflected or mirrored now in the end result tomorrow. That's quite cool. And the structure of the presentation will basically be an introduction, which contains a repetition of the task we had for S. Fischer. The second part is analysis part and strategic thoughts. So this is like the basis of our creative ideas. We first tell them things about, for example, the search engine optimizing, as well as we give them examples in form of videos, interesting things we found on YouTube, to give them really real examples to show them, oh, this is how you could do it, and stuff like that. In the third part, which is basically the main part, we will introduce our creative ideas, the 3 ones I talked about. And in the end, we will not. First, we wanted to give additional advice, but then we discussed about it and thought it's maybe a better idea to tell them in the end again what they can make now of if they would implement the 3 ideas, or maybe one of them, what their long-term goals or what their long-term success could be by implementing what we suggest them. So it's a very, I don't know if you can say it in English like that. In German you would say eine runde Sache. So to me it makes totally sense, the structure of the presentation. It includes basically everything what we did and researched. It includes ideas of all of us, and it's basically answering the question or the task they gave us. So I'm quite proud of what we did in such a short time, and tomorrow I will tell you how everything went with the last presentation. So see you tomorrow. Bye bye.